Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion. Today we are back with our New Orleans Saints series. Every offseason I try to make a series devoted to the New Orleans Saints. As a Saints fan, I try to talk about our team at least once a week or at least once a month. But here's what we're talking about today. The schedule for the upcoming season came out today. Who knows what's going to happen with this team? Who knows what's going to happen with New Orleans Saints this upcoming year? But I'm going to talk through almost every game and give my opinions and feedbacks about how I think the Saints should handle this season, how I think this schedule is going to play out, and what exactly is going to be the ultimate conclusion to the end of the season. So before I get going, if you like the idea of me doing a series on this channel, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. I'm gonna try to talk as much about the Saints this offseason as possible. But regardless, we're gonna go from here. So talking about week one. And let me know what you think. Leave your predictions down below in the comments about who you think or what you think our record will be at the end of the season. And yes, so week one, opening, we got two home games back to back, week 1 and 2, opening with the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know. The Cardinals could come out very shaky. They can come out very elite. They have a quarterback that's really good. They have a receiver that's really good. Will Johnson won't be playing yet. I think he may be going into the next season, a little banged up, a little hurt. But who knows? But regardless, looking at that week one, I think the Saints are going to go after the first two. I'm going to combine weeks 1 and 2. I don't think the 49ers are going to be one of the best teams. I don't think they're going to be that great this year. I think from what they have dealt with in the offseason, I think when I look at that division, when I look at that team, the Niners will probably be third at best inside of that division, inside of the NFC West, I'm pretty sure it's what it is. But regardless, I think the Saints are going to go into week 3 at least 1-1, maybe 0-2. I think you have an Arizona Cardinals team who doesn't know that they're bad and they're going to have a bad season yet. You have a 49ers team who don't understand that they're going to have a bad season yet as well. And so I go into that thinking, that's two, very ups and downs. I think the Saints know from day one that, we're tanking for quarterback. I think that's the plan all along. And hopefully Mikey Loomis gets fired by the end of the season. Simple as that. That should be our entire conclusion. When you look at week 3, Seattle Seahawks, I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to be a very good team this year. Not very good, but they're going to be good enough to be inside the playoffs, inside of the NFC. One of the top teams in their division, obviously. But when I look at that, I think the Saints, I think the Saints won't put up a fight. I think it will be a slug match. I think we'll get beat up. And I think this game, I don't think we'll get beat up. 7 points. I know I'm contradicting myself a lot. I think 7-point, 10-point game will be the Seattle Seahawks scoreline. Then we go to week 4, away in Buffalo. That's going to be a blowout. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to be as good as they were last season. They're going to make that deep run in the playoffs again. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to win this game in week 4. And I haven't made my prediction of a Super Bowl yet, but I'm thinking the Buffalo Bills might not be a bad shout. Regardless, week 5 against the Giants, they're horrible too. I think the Saints could steal this one here just to satisfy the fans a little bit. One win every once in a while. So maybe going to this game or leaving this game in week 5, 2-4 or 2-3, not a bad shout. Looking at week 6 against the New England Patriots, I think they'll be a lot better. Drake May's a great quarterback. They've gone out and built an offensive line for him, built out the receiving core for him. I think this team will be good. I think at that point they'll get over the first couple of week jitters and they'll go straight into it. So I'm taking the Saints to lose this game against the Patriots as well. Going now, let's say 2-4 going into week 7. The Bears away. I think this is a loss. That's 2-5 going into week 8. I think we lose almost every divisional game this year. I just don't think we'll be great enough to compete against some of those other teams. And that's just real life. Unless Tyler Shough comes out and does his job and one of the best rookie quarterbacks of all time, I don't think the narrative that we're going to be competitive should be even obtainable. So I'm going to look at that being a loss. The Rams week 9, I think that's also a loss without a debate. I think the Panthers away, another loss. I think going into the bye week, we are 2-8. Simple as that. Coming out of the bye week, at home against the Falcons, I think we steal a game against one team. I think maybe we could be competitive inside of the division and get a sweep at least, and get at least one win. So I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons after the bye week to get that win right there. Looking at the Dolphins, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be a good team at all. Personally, I don't think the Dolphins are going to be that good. I'm going to give this a loss though for the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, continuing our road to mediocrity. We are now 3-9. 3-9? No. Uh, yeah. I'll say we're 3-9 going into week 12 or week 14. Then we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's a loss away. Panthers, I think that's a loss as well. The Jets, I think that's an attainable win. I'm gonna take that to be a win. I think that's 4 wins for the season. That's four and 11 right now. The Titans, I think that's a loss. The Falcons, I think that's a loss because we're trying to hold on to that #1 pick. So in my opinion, I think the max amount of games the Saints can win this season are 5, maybe 6. I think that's a loss though if we go 5 for 6 wins. But I think the minimum amount of games the Saints will win this season are 2 wins. I think we're going to be pretty bad, and I'm excited to sit down and just like not care for a season. I think we have to understand what the long-term goal is, and that's just being mediocre for a season or being horrible. I mean, what quarterback should we get in the draft? Who knows? I mean, should we go get Arch Manning? Should we go get the guy from LSU? Who knows? Should we go get Drew Aller, who I don't like, from Penn State? That's for them to decide. But Mikey Loomis has to be fired by the end of the season. I think that needs to happen. I think he's overstayed his welcome. I hope that our new head coach, wow, John Blank, Kellen Moore, can be a competent head coach and just at least show us the future of his talent as a head coach. And who knows what will end up happening. I'm excited to see what happens with the Saints. It's going to be a tough season to watch. But the biggest thing is how do our younger guys develop? That's the main thing. And at the end of the season, some of our older guys need to retire. Maybe Cam needs to go. Demario Davis maybe needs to go. Taysom Hill maybe needs to go. I think we need to come into the next season completely brand new young team. I think that's what the Saints need to do. So let me know what you think down below in the comments if you made it this far, and let me know if I should continue to do these every week. Peace.